All right, hello everyone. Welcome to another bicycle vlog. Wow, I thought those were cicadas. It's just the guy's alternator. I literally thought those were cicadas. That guy should get his car fixed. Welcome to a bicycle vlog. Today I wanted to talk about what is the best student. What age is the best student to teach? And yeah, I wanted to make a video that maybe can help people decide. I think when you choose to become a English teacher, I don't think a lot of people have choices actually. So I just wanted to just let you know from my experience and other people's experiences, and just kind of give you a I don't know, just give you some suggestions or advice. So I've taught from children all the way from like 2 years old to, I want to say 2 years old, that's a little bit too young. I would say like 3 years old to up to I think like even 60 or 70 years old. So I've taught children all the way up to adults, and yeah, everyone's not the same. And I was just thinking about this the other day because I am also looking for a job right now, and I'm looking at like what age rank kids I should teach and what I should be looking for. And in Japan, there's a lot of international kindergarten jobs right now that I've been seeing, but there isn't a lot of other options. I used to teach at a kindergarten when I first came to Japan a few years ago, and I like kindergarten the best. The kids at that age, they're more loving, and they really I mean, obviously they need a lot of attention, but they're very, I don't know what the word is, but I don't want to say like loyal, but they really you know, they really want to really please the teacher. So they're more willing to like listen, and they're more willing to do things for you, like you know, behave well. And when I was a kindergarten teacher, I used to always make the kids do things, like ask them to you know, like, can you like I don't know, for example, like, can you get me those paper, or can you get me can you give me a stapler? Like they always really like to, they're always eager to help. And in Japan, I feel now that I teach a wide range of age, but like right now I teach from, I would say the youngest kid is about 3 or 4 up to 8. And elementary kids are not as easy, especially in Japan. For some reason, the girls are always really well behaved, and the boys are really crazy. I maybe that's for every country, but my manager was telling me, like, her theory is that like the girls grow up here with like this, with the sweet anime where everything's nice and friendly, and then the boys watch like the action anime where they're all punching and shooting each other. So I thought that was a pretty good theory. I think that's pretty correct, because she also did grow up watching like sweet anime where you know, they want to love and care everybody and help each other. So I personally think, and what I've heard from other teachers as well, that elementary and junior high, so from here it goes like elementary, 1st grade to I believe 6th grade, and then 7th and 8th is like the junior high, and then they have like, I don't know if it's called senior high school, but I think it's pretty similar, kind of like America, but I may be wrong. I've never taught at like an actual elementary school or actual junior high school or high school, but I think that's how it goes. And I hear like my coworker right now, she's taught at several junior high schools, and I think she's done both actually, and she says that they're pretty rough, and when you teach at these schools, they're like 20, 30 of them jam-packed in like one room, so it can get really crazy. And I've heard that the Japanese teachers are really strict from what I've heard from before, but a lot of teachers tell me that they're not really that strict, and then they just kind of let them do whatever they want. So I personally think that junior high school is probably the worst to teach. I probably wouldn't want to do that unless it's like a one-on-one, but like when it's like a group setting, you know, they can be very vicious, especially the boys. I think a lot of times the boys, a lot of the times I think the parents, like the fathers, are kind of not in the picture because, you know, they're busy at work, and you know, it's always the moms raising them, and I think I don't know, they have some issues. I feel like when I see the kids that when I meet the dads that are really caring and really nurturing to their sons, they seem a lot softer and nicer than the ones that I notice, like the dads that are really tough and don't really show a lot of emotion towards the kids, and they seem a lot to be tougher. They and you can't really blame them because the dads really don't really do the parenting, and the moms here are usually very soft, you know, not all but a lot, so they don't really discipline their kids. I think, you know, you think Japan is, everyone's so well mannered and everyone's really polite that you think that the kids would be the same. I mean, they are, but I think they just grow up and then they just kind of follow everybody else because they just think, everyone else is nice, maybe I'll just be polite as well. But the boys usually are pretty rough, and the elementary kids, they're pretty rough as well. And you know, as you know, there's always cases of like bullying and stuff like that. So you know, I can see how they have kids that bully each other, and the teachers don't really do anything about it. So I would say if you're like a brand new teacher, kindergarten is the best. It's rewarding, they're cute, but the problem is a lot of people don't like children. I like children. I really like kids, and they're really fun. So if you don't like children, kindergarten can be really tough because, you know, they're so needy. They need a lot of attention. They cry all the time. They're very sensitive. You know, they're just little kids. They're just toddlers, you know, at like 2 or 3, and then they become like kindergartners. So if you don't like kids, I would not want to do kindergarten. And then they always have like certain accidents. When I was teaching kindergarten, it was almost like we're pretty much just using the toilet every couple hours. So you have class, toilet, you do this, toilet, and then you go that, and then it's like toilets. Pretty much like you're just pretty much babysitting them for them to go to the toilet. The elementary kids are good because they can understand a lot of things. So like kindergartners, they can't understand a lot of things. They don't have a concept of the world yet, and they don't know what's going on. So it's hard to explain to them like mature stuff because they're just children. But with like a little bit with like the elementary kids, Corvette, with the elementary kids, you can kind of talk to them like they're people, like they're almost like mini adults. But the thing is, not all of the elementary kids are going to be great, but the ones that are really good, they're really good kids too in Japan. The street's going wild. and then like the junior high school kids, I feel like maybe elementary school is still okay. Like first, second grade, they're still okay. I mean, there's gonna be some terrible kids. I mean, that's just like anywhere in the world. There's still gonna be terrible kids, but I think they'll be still okay. But once you get to like the junior high level, there gonna be some really annoying ones, I think, because you know, they're at that kind of age where they're like a kid and almost a teenager, and you know, they're kind of in the rebellious stage. So I would say junior high is probably the worst. High school kids, I would say if you're more of like, if you don't like children, I think high school kids wouldn't be too bad, because I would think that they would be more respectful here, and it seems like that. It seems like the kids, because they have a lot of responsibilities, like, you know, they gotta go to school and then they have to do a lot of other things, that I would just think that they would be more respectful than the junior high kids. So if you don't like little kids, I think high school is not that bad. And then you have adults. The adults, I want to try to go to here. I saw something. Let's see what this is. It looks like some apartments over here, but the adults are, they're hard to motivate, because you know, they're not like little children. They like, children really like to learn, but adults are really hard to motivate. Maybe they're learning to better themselves in English, I mean in their workplace, but a lot of them are really hard to motivate. So you know, it's kind of hard going into work and trying to teach adults. But the thing is with adults is that you can just talk to them. It's a lot easier, and then you can also make friends too. So I think it's easier to teach adults. For me personally, I think it's easier to teach adults, because with kids you have to do a lot of other things. You know, you have to like be there emotionally and mentally. I feel like with adults, you just kind of help them, like whatever they need. But with children, they need a lot of other you know, support, just than English, you know. So you have to like teach them how to become, like, you have to teach them how to be a good person. You know, you don't have to teach adults how to be good people. It's not your job. So you know, they all have their pros and cons. But currently I kind of want to teach kindergartners. I really like the like 3 to 5 year olds. They're a lot of fun. You know, they're a lot of times, if you like kids, you know, you'll have a lot of times where you're just like laughing and having a lot of fun. You're probably not going to have a lot of those with adults, because they're probably tired from, you know, their job or school. So kids are more fun in general, because you know, they're just living life. They're just going to school. There's no worry. But with adults, you know, they have a lot of baggage, mental baggage. So I think I'll probably teach. I really want to teach English for you know, as long as I can. And I think you know, in the end, I may just teach adults when I'm like too old for kids. But yeah, I think if you're planning to teach in Japan, I think just stay away from junior high kids. They're probably the worst. And high school too is not too bad either. But and then there's also the university students as well. And everyone always says that that's where you kind of want to end up. University students, they're more motivated to learn, and also you get paid more. When comparing like children as well, when I used to teach in China for about 4 or 5 years, and I thought the Chinese kids there were a lot more tough to teach. I think it's just because of their societal manners or how they're raised there. So I thought I think the children in Japan are a lot easier to work with, but I've also heard in Korea that I also heard that the kids in Korea are pretty tough as well. So I think for any of the Asian countries, I think Japan is probably not too bad. But I hope that this helps anybody who's looking to teach in Japan and wondering what age rank that they should teach. And in general, yeah, I think it depends on what you prefer. And it's getting a little traffic jam here. Yeah, I think it depends on what you prefer. Would you like a relaxed environment? You can teach adults. Do you like children? You can teach kindergartners. And just stay away from junior high kids. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this helped anybody out there, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.